Billeted? Oh, hang on. You trying to tell me that the cast members of The Late Show are going to have to be billeted out? You've rung around the TV industry and people are happy to put us up. Who?
Oh, darlings, I've just adored having you stay with me. You've no idea, I really mean it. But look, don't you aren't going out like that. I mean, you look like a couple of dogs. Look, sweetheart, throw on this bag dress. It really is fantastic. Look, honestly, no ironing. You just put the hose on and
Will you
just
shut
truly, honestly, don't. People who drink too much beer and spill it. Jenny, these are busts. We are really just collected. Honestly, they're so handy.
God, boys, what a nightmare.
And Monday to Friday's a gas. And another
Get off the cellar.
Jeff, Carl, the guys are here. They're here. I've got to go.
Oh, sorry. You haven't heard it in the team.
Jeff, I can. Sounds all the same to me. I've got to go. Nice waiting.
at the door. Till you're in my arms.
In a Decada de Vita by Iron Butterfly. Remember, it's only 17 minutes long. It won't take long, really. Well, look, also, have you seen my Bob Dylan autograph? It's a real autograph.
That man needs help.
Now, that one over there is cricket. See that?
That's rating, and look, I've got to go. This has been fascinating, and I'm really sorry you didn't get the role of Barney Rubble in the Flintstones movie. I was pushing for you.
Not a shout. Got to go. I played this game. This game here was 1974.
Really? That's my favourite.
Well, Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week. And I sing the song that I sang for the memories I usually seek. Until I hear you.
Where'd Mick end up?
Can you believe it? They go for the money show.
Now, Mick, is this all the money you've got for a week?
Yes.
No. More.
There we go. That's it. Oh, sorry. There's that.
Now, that's my second week. Right. Now, how are we going to spend it? 10% on the budget? Now, let's say 10% on accommodation. 20% on you don't drink?
A little bit.
20%?
90.
There goes the budget.
Yeah.
Your fiscal policy's terrible. What are we going to do?
I don't know. Oh, there goes the bus. It's me. I left that money for you on the fridge.
Did you really leave it?
I told him I left the rent money on the fridge.
The commentators in Argentina go, God! Les, you're wrong.
Okay?
Hang on,
In the southern tip, it's go, go, go, go, go, go like that.
You're thinking of
What you're
Brazil
talking
where
about
they
is
go, go.
I'm sorry, I've got to go.
I'm sorry, Les, I've got to go.
You've got to go.
I'm right.
Don't you hate wogs?
These insects are absolutely incredible, Rob. They worry about jade hurley. The females are green and striped like it's absolutely unbelievable. And I'm feeding my eucalyptus punctata. That's the grey gum. They mimic ants, tiny little creatures.
Ants?
Yeah, and they'll run all over the house. You often find them on the
Don,
so many of the animals here.
Not the cockroaches.
Yeah, the cockroaches. We bred all these cockroaches. We did the road test on the program.
Don Burke was driving these. How are these cutbacks? Oh, look at this. I bet it doesn't affect the top brass.
Is everybody in?
Yes.
Okay, over to the studio.
Now, a very big moment here for us on The Late Show tonight. I want you to go wild. We've got a very special guest, but please don't mention his latest film, Last Action Hero, because he's a little bit sensitive about it, OK? So please go mad. Pretend I've just said Sydney's won the Olympics. Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger! Here he comes. Arnie. Thank you. Oh, powerful. Please, have a seat. Arnie, thanks for joining us tonight on The Late Show.
Thank you. It's fantastic to be here.
I thought it might be. Now, tell us, what have you been working on at the moment?
Well, Nick, as you know better than most people, I'm always looking for something, a movie, which would be a challenge for me, which will, you know, expand my range as an actor. So at the moment, I am doing Terminator 3.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah.
Now, what happens in this one?
In this one, what happens is the evil forces of the future send me back in time to the present to kill the little fat kid from Hey Dad. You know the one. You know that kid.
I can understand that.
That's it. Hasta la vista, little fat kid.
Yeah, right. Now, who's directing this one?
We've got Ivan Reitman, who is fantastic. I think a genius. You know, for one script, he'll have 20, 30 guys writing it. You know, have one guy just for relationship scenes, one guy just for action, one guy just for, you know, the scenes where a guy goes down to the dry cleaners to get his jacket and it's not ready. But, you know, but if it is ready, he'll have a different writer to do that scene. You know, he'll have one writer just for verbs. Doing words.
Right, doing words.
One just for nouns, one just for the swear words. You know, on this movie, we got the guy that did all the swear words for Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. Shit, that was one of his, yeah. Arsehole, he wrote that.
Fine work indeed. Now, you've been doing a lot of comedies recently.
I did one, I don't know if you people remember, called Twins. You remember that one? Yeah. I did that, thank you. I did that one, but, you know, with Danny DeVito, who is fantastic, I think a genius. And I say to them, it's not going to work because he's very short, doesn't look anything like me. But the director, Ivan Reitman, said, wait till you see it. And you know, and he is a genius. And I did, and to me, even though we had the same shirts on, it still didn't look like twins, you know, but you know, that movie was a big hit, so I don't know. But I think it would have been funnier if they had someone that looked more like me.
Right. That's very interesting.
It's fantastic, you know.
Now, are you going to do more comedies?
Well, I'm trying to move away from the action kind of movie, you know, where I have the big machine gun, I shoot about 500 people, and then blow them up with the rocket launcher, and then take out the big machete and cut off their arms and legs, and then crush their heads like coconuts and bury them, and dance on their graves, and then find all their relatives and shoot them with the flamethrower, and then pull out their entrails and eat them, and then, you know, blow everything up with gelignite. I mean, sure, that can be quite funny. But, you know, I want to do more of the nutty professor kind of a comedy, you know, with me tripping over and slapstick and custard pie, that kind of thing. I was talking to Ivan Reitman, who is fantastic, I think a genius. And he said I should do When Harry Met Sally kind of comedy where I meet a girl, all kinds of hijinks and mix-ups. I say maybe I could shoot her. But he said no more kind of mix-ups and, you know, custard pie, which is fantastic. Yeah.
Now, what do you enjoy making the most, action or comedy?
You know, I think about this a lot, Mick. What I really like making is $20 million on a plane just to beat the shit out of a few guys, you know. But, you know, I'm proud of all my movies, my action movies, my comedy movies, and I talk about them all in my new book, which is called A Man and His Movies. So you can get
that. That's quite fantastic. That's very interesting, Al. Now, just before you do go, we might just take a few questions from the audience quickly. Yes, you, sir.
Yes, Arnold, I saw that movie, your movie, Last Action Hero, and I found that it wasn't very good.
Opinion noted.
Well, we might end the audience participation section there. And thank you very much for coming in today, Arnold.
Thanks very
It's been
much.
fantastic. Just before you do go, something I've always wanted to ask you. I mean,
what
you've got a very big, crusty exterior, but I can't help thinking that inside there somewhere there's a tall, skinny guy with glasses just busting to get out.
Whose bony little ass did you say you were going to kick across this stage earlier on?
That was a joke in the best possible way. I do mean that. And the pants, I love them. Where did you get them?
Solway, where the big men buy.
Fair enough. OK, thank you very much. And to take us out, I understand you're going to show us a bit of a clip from your latest film?
That's right. I've got a new movie coming out, which is a remake of an old movie, which I don't know if you remember, called Citizen Kane, which nobody remembers. It's all black and white film, you know. So what we've done is we've updated it, me and Ivan Reitman, who is a genius, and we've updated it, made it a bit more fun. Have a look.
The mob killed his wife. Schwarzenegger is one citizen who's been pushed too far. Citizen Kane.
I think it will be fun to run a newspaper.
Good evening. This is the Late Show News, and it's official. Sydney has the Olympics. Oh. Please. Enough. Enough. Enough. Thank you. Lot to get through, yes. As we mentioned, the Olympics. And, well, the announcement was made on Friday morning in Monaco after an intense few days of lobbying. The competition between Sydney and Beijing was fierce, with much resting on their final presentations. Australia's was smooth and confident, while many felt China's was just a tad aggressive. I don't know. For their part, Beijing alleged a dirty tricks campaign. This is true. They claim someone tampered and, in fact, sabotaged their promotional video.
Beijing is a capital of
I can't see it myself. Now, in the end, there was just a few votes in it, with Sydney only getting the nod from IOC Chairman Juan Antonio Samaranch on condition we never let Ray Martin near him again. I think China took their loss well, but I think the biggest laugh of the night came from the thousands of supporters watching live in Beijing. Not speaking English all that well, they misunderstood Juan's speech.
Five winning cities. Beijing.
And hey, let's not tell them for another 4 years. But if you think Beijing and Sydney's bids were pretty impressive, take a look at Istanbul's final presentation.
İstanbul çok güzel bir şehirdir. Türkiye çok güzel turistik bir yerdir. Biz olimpik istiyoruz. Bize verin.
Now to the man himself, we're very pleased to be joined here live on The Late Show by, well, your New South Wales Premier, John Fahey. Please welcome him. John. Good to see you, Mr. Fahey.
Oh, it's a... It's a pleasure to be here.
Good. Now, you're obviously pretty excited, pretty chuffed about the Olympics.
Oh yes, it's a... As you can see, it's...
You're excited. Can I carry on?
Very excited.
Yeah, people, I don't want to get nasty, but people have accused you of trying to hijack the games, you know, take all the glory yourself.
Oh, no, I don't agree with that.
Well, you had that running with Bruce Baird. Let's perhaps clear this up. Who will be the minister in charge of the Olympics?
I will.
Right. Okay.
I'll just take charge.
All right, then. OK, well, who will actually be organising the games?
I will. Rod McGeoch will take a side step.
Who will be reading the Olympic oath?
I'll give it a bash.
Who would, say, be carrying the Olympic torch? Right. What about the 100 metres? Gonna take a start, eh?
I'll give the start.
Starting
I'd like to have a go. Bang.
Right.
And then I'll run around and join up.
Good. Mr. Premier, thank you. Thanks so much for your time tonight. Thanks for coming.
I'm going to have a new ad campaign coming out soon. It's going to be... Hello, this is John Fahey from Telecom Mobile there.
Lovely.
But before I go, I would like to present you with a... I'm not good at public speaking.
No.
With a T-shirt.
Ah, Olympic T-shirt?
Yeah,
no, you don't have to, because in fact I did the right thing. I went out this week in Sydney and I got my own. It's upside down, but there it is. What do you think of that?
No, they're the old ones. These are the new ones.
Thank you, Mr. Pro. Thanks so much. Finally tonight, another guest on The Late Show. She won our hearts last week in Monte Carlo. Would you please welcome back to Australia our littlest ambassador, Tanya Blanco, please.
Thank you. My name is Tanya Blanco. You might be wondering why an 11-year-old girl with slightly overdeveloped breasts is speaking to you all tonight. Well, the reason is I have a very important message for all of you. In 7 years, I'll be 18. So you can all imagine just how big my hand gestures will be by then. Really big. In the year 2000, the world will come together for the Olympic Games. Can you imagine how many number of magazine covers I will be on by then? TV Week, Woman's Day, and Penthouse in my declining years. In the year 2000, I will no longer be a precocious 11-year-old girl. And so, we must ask, who will represent the children of Australia then?
I will, Tanya.
Right, Sydney's got the Olympics. You'd be pretty happy about that?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe I woke up at like 10 to 4 in the morning. I set my alarm, went downstairs, watched TV. Was waiting, you know, then they suddenly put the all the orchestras on, and I thought he was going to call it out, and they suddenly called out Sydney, and I couldn't believe it. I was just waiting for Beijing.
Really?
Yeah,
So you've been surprised?
Yeah.
You were so excited, you just went and put the big DAX on. We could get 2 blokes in there, couldn't we?
Yeah, well...
Here's a tip, pull them up about 2 or 3 inches, mate.
I was sleeping after 4:30, when I woke up 2:30.
And you heard the news?
Yes.
What did you do?
Everything, the best. And I got a nice cup of tea with toast.
A cup of tea and toast? I heard you ran around the house naked with your underpants on your head. That's the rumour going round town.
Nothing. You done it.
I thought it was great.
Yeah?
Very good for the city.
Yeah. What will you be doing in the year 2000?
Going through puberty, possibly. What do you think will be the biggest problem Sydney will have to overcome to successfully
we discussed that yesterday. I was on a bus trip to Bowral, and the first thing we decided was we need good transport to the places of performance.
And I've heard most of the big Olympic decisions have been made on the bus trip to Bowral.
So you think that what we need is a better transportation system?
Oh, that's the first. That's the first thing, yeah.
Something like this, maybe. Did you see the Premier, John Fahey's reaction to the win? Can you do an impersonation of it for us? That's it.
This is John Fahey or Richie Cunningham on crack.
And the winner is Sydney. Very good. This is good. Sydney.
And it comes in and he goes, it's Sydney, and he goes, ah! How do you like that, man?
That was very good. Now, what about you, Whoopi?
I didn't see it, mate.
Geez, Tane, that was a bit of a debacle, wasn't it? Yeah. Ah, well, that's what happens when you take your John Fahey impersonation just a little bit too seriously. In fact, I reckon instead of handing out gold medals, they should hand out those caps at the Sydney Olympics.
Yeah, for Sydney
Olympics. I'd be running fast.
Gotta get that cap. Get it quick.
Well, as you can see, already the hunt is on for the Olympic uniform for the year 2000.
And they're trying to find the woman an appropriate shirt, and I believe they're then going to look for a neck for the man standing beside her.
The first thing they're going to build, is it going to be a 1,000-bed hospital?
I don't think so. I don't think that's one of the events this year, is it, Nick?
AIDS and disease these people are going to leave behind.
Right. The athletes?
Yes, and everybody, all the relations they bring with them.
Do you think they're not going to be very clean? Well, they'll have one of those little pools like they have at the swimming bars where you have to walk through. They'll have that at the airport, won't they?
Spray on the plane, too.
Thanks very much, Senator Bronwyn Bishop. We'll see you next time. Excuse me, do you think that Sydney's crime rate is so high that it might be a negative for the Olympics?
Possible.
There's a lot of theft going on, isn't there?
There's a lot of theft, for sure.
For example, where's your moustache gone?
I don't believe in it.
We need a song, you know, like the Spain, they had the Amigos thing. What do you reckon would be a good one for Sydney?
A good one for Sydney?
You strike me as a bit of a Blakeney Twins man.
Well, I think some good old... I don't know, I think we should go for something different, like...
Jump in my car.
Yeah, jump in my car. That'll become the new theme track for the Olympics.
Yeah, sure.
I like that.
Well, shut up or your face.
No, not shut up in my face.
No. Something very smooth, and I don't want something overpowering. It's got to be something smooth, like...
The theme music for Doctor at Large.
No.
Sydney is a growing city, gradually becoming international, I think, and I think it's one of the largest cities in Southern Hemisphere. And
Can I just ask one thing? Do Graham and the Colonel know you've got their jacket? What about The Late Show? Have you ever seen that?
The Late Show?
Yeah, it's on Saturday night.
No, I don't wait up for that.
Have you ever heard of bar jars?
Bar jars. No, you got me there. Yeah. Bar jars. Is that a trick question? That's a trick word, is it?
No, it's a very real question.
Bar jars.
I mean, it's really good that you're in Marrickville and that, because every day we just walk up and down, same things happening, same people. It's really exciting.
So today's a bit of a treat then?
It is, you know.
Well, having a couple of bums with a microphone pestering you in the street is the highlight of the civic year, is it?
It's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Why do I feel tired and run down?
Because I've got a child and I work and I'm a single mum and I run a household and I've got problems with relationships.
And I don't get enough sleep and I live in the city and I just try to do too much, I suppose.
Iron? You're not serious. I've just given you about 10 good reasons why I'm completely stuffed and you're telling me it's lack of iron?
You sure are. And while we're at it, shooting us in black and white with unflattering lighting and downbeat music doesn't help.
Oh, yeah, that's much better.
Well, I guess I'm tired because I was up till 3 a.m. watching Wimbledon last night.
I'm not so much tired as completely out of sync.
Hydroelectricity, Mac. It gives a lot, but it also takes a lot away.
Meg, the late 40s and early 50s is a great era in Australian history. And one day, it's going to be known as the post-war period.
There's too many of them. Krauts, Dagos, Wops, and countless other races we haven't yet made up derogatory nicknames for.
I don't know, blokes around here are all the same. It's hydroelectricity this, hydroelectricity that. You're different. Say something to me in Italian.
Hidroelettricità. We've got to let the cargo pass to establish it's the early 50s.
Oh, I'm worried.
About the dam?
No, I'm worried that we look too much like the Sullivans.
Yeah, it's not about building a dam, it's about building a future. I mean, it's mostly about building a dam, but I mean, there's a subtext to the whole thing that has nothing to do with dam building.
Thinking what I'm thinking?
But the scene's a bit slow.
Yeah.
There's too many of them. Soon they'll be referring to this place as a cultural melting pot. Yeah! A rich tapestry that forged multiracial Australia. Yeah! I bet they'll even have their own television station. Yeah!
What's television?
Yeah! Listen to me, Nate. We're not just turning water into electricity. It's much harder than that. We're attempting an entire drama series without a single dado in it.
Wrong, my friend.
You know, there's only 3 things that can't be tamed. A Brumby stallion, a woman's fury, and the mighty snowy river.
What about zebras?
Oh, they can't be tamed either. And leopards. You can't tame leopards.
Guinea pigs. Bloody hell, that's 6 things you can't tame.
You're full of shit.
Dave! Got problems.
We're still looking too much like the Sullivans?
Damn it. Why? Just tell me, why?
I don't know, he's romantic and loving. He's an Italian.
Yeah.
They know how to treat you like a lady. Mind you, they get a bit chauvinistic when they marry.
If we can solve that, The Snowy's as good as damned.
You know, Jeff, it's interesting. As soon as we establish some train of thought, we cut straight to the pub.
It's gonna be like a dingo in a barrel.
Why did you say that about my brother? He is the same as you and me, only his accent is even less convincing.
Hey, lady, there's no need to overact. Migrants don't know anything.
They know not to wear sweaters like this.
Oh, geez, Giuseppe, we're getting on so well. I feel a tragedy coming on.
What's up with you, Kev? You don't seem to be yourself. Oh, I don't know, mate. So many things have changed since the last commercial break.
Damn it, Mac. Don't you feel proud to know that our kids will be brought up in a world where off-peak electricity is sold at a cheaper rate? I don't know, Felicia, but something just doesn't seem quite right.
Do you think it could be that modern car down there?
That's it.
How can I forget that day? Yeah, how we walked along the Yarra to the MCG and then to the tennis centre, through the Backstreet Mall and down the Block Arcade. Caught the 96 tram to St Kilda Esplanade. Saw the Westgate Bridge from the top of Flinders Street clocks. Saw the Yu-Yangs real clear from the foot of Mount Dandenong. We've just run out of Melbourne cliches. We've just run out of Melbourne cliches. So we went on down along to the Victorian Tourist Bureau. Got heaps of ideas for places we've never even been to, like Sovereign Hill and Hillsville Sanctuary, the Brighton Sea Bars and some kiosks at the end of a pier. We went down to a place, I think it was Captain Cook's cabin. We're not all that sure, but at least it rhymes with Moorabbin. Got no more Melbourne cliches. Got no more Melbourne cliches.
Oh, yeah, got one more.
Why do I feel tired and run down? I don't.
In fact, I feel like going out. I'll start with a jog, then drop into Dave's.
Have a few beers, kick the footy around, help Robbo with his car.
Build a barbecue, and then I can grab a counter tea at the pub on the way to the Bucks party. After that, play poker all night before going fishing at the crack of dawn. Yeah, good one.
Jeez, I think I'll stay.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please make welcome the crew members of Biosphere 2.
Thanks very much. After 2 years under a glass dome, it's certainly great to be back, and we're happy to field any questions you may have.
Any questions?
Over there, please.
Laurie Zion, Triple J.
Are you still a Triple J, Lawrence?
Good.
Hey, sorry, excuse me, I was just filling out Telescope.
Sorry, they just let me out. Laurie, please.
I had a question. Were you totally isolated within the dome?
For the entire 2-year period, only two things managed to penetrate the glass dome: a small amount of carbon dioxide and an Amway representative. That was...
I picked up some washing powder. It was really good.
We heard the Biosphere's airlock was open 27 times.
Yes, yeah, well...
Hang on, he's overacting.
Yeah, Lawrence. First time was for an emergency. The other 26 involved the delivery of pizza.
Yeah, that's good.
Annette Young, Sydney Morning
Annette.
Herald.
Yes, Annette.
How did you physically and mentally prepare for 2 years of isolation?
We spent a lot of time in Adelaide.
Where? We actually had a lot of professional counselling, you know, to help us deal with our every movement being recorded and scrutinised.
Yes, and we'd like to thank Nolan and Laurie Donaher for all their help on that.
And for their bourbon.
For the bourbon, thank you for the thanks.
Michael Adato from the Telegraph Mirror. What did you learn from 2 years living under a glass dome?
Well, I guess the indoor cricket competition was a mistake.
And I learned not to park my car at a 1 hour metre.
Yeah,
that big mistake.
In retrospect.
Did you run out of anything?
Windex.
Windex, yeah.
Detective Sergeant Bart.
I don't think you're accredited, Detective Sergeant.
I'd just like to know why you bunch of mongrels keep taking the piss out of me.
I can't accept that. Next question.
Amanda Keller, Beyond 2000.
Amanda?
What did
Yes,
you do
Amanda.
for entertainment?
Well, it's very simple, Amanda. Most nights we'd watch telly or gather around the piano, wishing we'd brought along someone who actually played the piano.
So we had fun.
Oh, I had fun. You don't need to play a piano to have fun with it. I mean, we just...
Would you do it again?
This sketch? No. I don't think so.
Well, just a bit of focus here. Can I just say that having spent 2 years in confined circumstances, we've developed a real bond amongst ourselves, and I was just talking to Mark about this.
It's Mick.
Maybe it was Robert.
No, I'm Rob. I'm Rob.
Hang on,
you're Mick. I'd seen you for a couple of years and I meant to say hello, but I never got the chance.
Just one final question. What about interpersonal relationships?
This was a scientific experiment. There was no sexual relation. I take offence at that comment.
Welcome to Muckraking, everyone. Thanks for joining us. It's been a bit... Oh, sorry, before we go on, I should just introduce you. This is Terry Johnson. He's our parole officer. Hello. We'll explain a little bit more about that later on. In fact, it'll probably become fairly evident. We've had a big week, and we've had a sad week here at the Muckraking Couch because we've lost a good friend, Joe Bailey.
Yeah.
Don't laugh, my friend. This is a serious issue. This is a very serious issue, and we're angry.
Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! We demand action. We want to know why Joe Bailey was sacked, and we want to know what she was wearing when she was sacked. You did it to Sparky. You did it to Elise Platt, and we said nothing. You did it to Victoria Nichols, and we said nothing. But this time, Channel 9, you've gone too far. We demand an immediate response. We need an explanation. We want to know why Joe was sacked. We want to know is it because instead of saying sale of the century, she used to go sale of the century. Was that why? Was that why? We are saying is give Joe a chance. Everybody, one more time. All we are saying is give Joe a chance.
You know what you're doing the day JFK was shot? Well, so too will our generation in future ask, what were you doing the day Joe Bailey was sacked? And it's just not good enough.
All we are saying. Are you being seen out here as a Channel 9 stooge, Cheryl? Are you with us or against us?
Given my marching orders, I've been replaced on our house. Joe Bailey's taken my job.
Speak to Peter Smith. He's the only one we trust. Give us Peter Smith. Give us Peter.
Joe Bailey is receiving special treatment from the Nine Network and being given an opportunity to perform on other programs. She is already recording a segment for the popular Getaway travel show. There's a pilot being prepared for her. Joe, like all our people, except myself, are being given a go to do new things. Joe will be back in the gift shop. She will be making special guest appearances, but just at this time, she is being really given the star treatment. So there is no need for this protest any longer. I'd like you to move off.
Yes.
Well, who's behind this move, John?
I don't know.
Is it Greenwich? Is it Kerry Packer?
I don't know. You've got me rattled at the moment, but I'll tell you what.
Come on,
silent. Oh, we are sailing.
Forward, mate. What about time? Come on. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Bring back Joe. Everyone back off. Let's not Mr. Copperer.
Listen to me, if you don't stop this, we'll start running Don Lane shows again.
People you are? Terrible. Did you get that last gag?
This man says Reed. The sacking of Joe Barley. We all know that, don't we? Yeah! So Gridgy must go. Give us the try. Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring it back! Bring it back! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe! Bring back Joe!
Roles for women in Australian television is currently up for grabs. Yes, to be hostess on Sale of the Century. Oh, I'm getting shivers already just thinking about it. We've had some great guest presenters filling in so far. You've had Effie, you've had Ding Dong, and the great news is that Georgie Parker's going to be filling in, and I bet we can't wait to see Georgie back on our screens again. That'll be terrific. Now, I'm expecting my call next week from the big wigs at Channel 9, 524244, just in case you had forgotten, because I think I'd be pretty special at pointing at white goods, things like that. I think I've got the knack. A lot of women did try out for this role, actually, and we just happened to have the Sale of the Century audition tape right here.
Sale of the Century auditions, Helen Wellings.
The kitchen fridge. Innocent on the outside, but on closer inspection you'll notice that the hinges have begun to rust. The frost-free option is nothing more than an extra ice tray, and the faulty door mechanism makes this fridge a virtual death trap for young children. You'd be mad to pay more than $8 tonight.
Sale of the Century auditions, Amanda Keller.
Your everyday fridge. It keeps food and drink cold, even freezes products. But thanks to a Japanese company in Nagasaki, we may soon have a fridge so advanced that it doubles as a video cassette recorder.
Sale of the Century auditions, Margaret Pomerantz.
Now, David didn't like the fridge, but I have to say this was its best performance yet. I give the fridge 3.5 stars.
Sale of the Century audition and Sanders take 2.
Have you seen this fridge?
I've got a little letter here saying, Dear Judith. Well, it sort of goes on about how hilarious I am for a couple of paragraphs. And then it says, I think that'll do. I also think you look great on television. How do you keep your skin so young and fresh looking? Unfortunately, it's signed by a woman, but anyway. Well, it's a question that I'm asked a lot, and like Elle Macpherson, my secret is something simple. I like to eat. I like to drink about 8 glasses of water a day, and I also like to keep a little something in my handbag, a really bad Doctor Who prop. No, I like like to keep the Rejuvenator in my handbag. The Rejuvenator, it's incredible. That's what keeps me looking so young. And to demonstrate just how powerful this is, let's get the oldest member of the team out, which I believe is Santo.
Sure.
Santo, come on down. This is exciting.
Wow, I was never expecting this. I was just hanging around over there and geez, you picked on me.
Isn't live television incredible?
Hang on.
Oh, goodness me. I think we'll just keep right on going. Now, if you just take one step through that...
I have to actually walk through
You do,
this thing.
and you'll look sexier and younger than ever.
Right, okay.
Okay, here we go. Get through now. Ooh. It's like the China syndrome. Something's gone horribly wrong. We've gotten a little carried away there. Sorry, Santo. If I could get you to just pop back in, we'll just age you up a little bit there. And yes! Santo looking fantastic. We'll just lean on me. Still got a bit more of the show to go.
That's great. Now we won't need the Graham and the Colonel wig. Fantastic. Now, as our show deteriorates into a David Copperfield magic spectacular, let's have another episode of Shit Scared.
Welcome to Shit Scared. And where are we today? Well, forgive us if we're looking a little smug, but if you'd like to read the sign behind us.
Wheelchairs and strollers.
Wheelchairs, and that's the wrong sign, Mick. Read the one above it.
Warner Brothers Movie World.
Warner Brothers Movie World.
Warner Brothers Movie World.
Stunt coordinator. Well, it will be sewn on. Stunt coordinator. Been asked up here to fine-tune a few little things.
That's incredible, Rob. How do you do that?
Where are you, Mickey? What? What? Excuse me. You actually see films in 3D.
So how was it?
I think Mick got the wrong glasses. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, the stunt show at Movie World. Movie World. Wimbledon for stuntmen. And this is centre court. Around these parts, Tommy, I'm top seed. Okay, so that's the way it's done, Brad.
What's happening here, Rob?
Oh, I'm training, Tom. I can't really talk now. Okay, Brad, so remember that, a curl. Let's see it, Brad. Let's see it. Brilliant. Working with professionals. That is the difference here. I mean, this is Wimbledon. This is centre court. Wait. Mick! Mick, get down from here! Get back to that puppet show! I want you down here now!
Okie dokie.
What's the difference between almost an amateur of Mick and a professional of Brad? Okay, Mickey, come on, out here. Come on, Mickey!
That was ace, Rob. Did you see me? I can't run. Like it wasn't bin night.
Yeah, Rob, big league.
Rob, does Mick do his own stunts?
No, Mick doesn't do any stunts. Oh, no, Mick doesn't do stunts. It takes years to learn. Professionals. You don't see, it's a big league. Where is Mick?
So Mick does no stunts?
No, I told you, Tom, he does no stunts. No, it takes years to learn how to do stunts, Tom, and Mick is incapable of doing them. Mick doesn't do any stunts, Tommy, not now. Maybe in a few years, but not now. Actually, we'll go and find Mick. I think he's down at the puppet show, so we might grab him. Yep.
What's happening here, Rob?
Oh, we're building another stunt action centre at Movie World under it's my idea, actually.
What film is this one based on?
My left foot.
But there were no stunts in My Left Foot.
Yeah, the wheelchair. He did a little wheelie.
Not very hard, though.
Well, you try it with your head on the side like that. I mean, the dribble can fall onto the spokes and it loses control. It's a very interesting place. I saw Catwoman before. Some people from the police academy.
And there's Sylvester.
Sylvester, where's Mick? Where's Mick? Mick!
It's a kangaroo! So where are we now, Rob?
Rest in action. We're getting ready for a show. I mean, someone's got to be... It's attention to detail. That's the key. I mean, saloon has to be spelled correctly.
Right, where's Mick?
Oh, I don't know. He's off preparing as well. I mean, today's no time for tomfoolery. No time. And we've got to get... Yes, I'm going to get...
Racing lady!
don't think that was in the show. Must be an addition. I didn't know Mick knew how to sleep with women.
What's happening here, Rob?
Mick is actually training the horse. Actually, come back. Because to train animals is very difficult. He's training it to where it plays dead. Have you seen it on some of the films? And it's very difficult.
He's very obedient.
Oh, we've all seen this scene a million times in Western Tommy. The cowboy kills the baddies, jumps out on the doggy, out onto his horse, off into the sunset. Mickey, where's my horse? I'm ready to go. Mickey, where's the horse?
Yeah. He's a good little fella too.
What happened to the other horse, Mick?
He died.
You're a good boy. Get rid of it, Mick. It's no good. No, Mick, no! Mick! Yeah, lots of stunts. Doesn't just happen. Got to be planned. Hang on, just stand back a second here. Okay. Come on. Oh.
Were you rehearsing a stunt there, Rob?
He just hates my guts.
What are you doing, Rob?
Safety checks. Smooth corners. Everything has to be checked or someone could get hurt. Wet floor. Someone could slip and get... Look at that. See, I've picked that up. Mick, get out here.
Rob?
Mick, I'm here.
Funny buggers, aren't you, Robbie? Yeah.
Well, here we are before the show.
Oh, I'm really nervous, Robbie.
So am I, Mick, but we've done our preparation. I think you'd be impressed so far, Tom. Yep. Here we go. This is when the actors get the credit. I'm behind the scenes. There's no accolades for me now. Isn't that right, Mickey? Mick, where's...
You right for a lift, Rob?
Mickey's picking me up in the police academy car. Actually, I'm going to go, Mickey! Oh, Mick, you're an idiot! Get the car back here! Mickey!
Rob, are you all right? Oh, yeah. Mick's giving me a lift home. I told you, Mick was giving me a lift home.
That was ace. Yibbida. That's all, folks.
Now, we've had a letter from someone claiming to be John Lee Hooker of Geelong, and he writes, you guys always seem to be having such a wacky time on The Late Show. I was wondering, do you ever get the blues? Well, I have to say that, yes, I do get the blues from time to time. I mean, sure, I may not, spend my day working on the railroad, and, I might be a skinny white guy with an alarming resemblance to Warwick Fairfax. But, it's true, but I do get the blues from time to time, and I'd just like to answer this letter, if I may, in song. Well, I'm feeling down and dejected. I'm on heavy medication. I'm singing in this accent with no real justification. But it ain't my baby leaving me that's left me in the pits. It's trivial, insignificant things that are giving me the shits. I got those stuck at the traffic lights behind a guy who's looking for a tape and doesn't realize that the lights have gone green blues. I got those in the supermarket with a magazine you can't convince the checkout girl you bought somewhere else 'cause you threw the receipt away blues. I got suddenly remembering your video on tape the footy 'cause the tape you're using's got that little plastic tab remove blue. I got those in the shower, hoping the hot water won't run out before you find out if there's something in the upside-down shampoo bottle blues. I got those standing at a party with an old friend whose name you cannot remember and having to introduce her to somebody else blues. I hate that.
I got those in the washroom at McDonald's, turning on the tap too hard and spraying water on your pants so it looks as if you pissed yourself loose. I got those putting your bins out on a public holiday and noticing that you're the only one and thinking that maybe the garbos aren't working today and taking your bins back inside so that you don't look like a dick. And then the next morning you wake up and the street is full of empty bins blues. Finally, I got those trying to pretend that you are playing the guitar on national TV when it's obvious you're miming to a backing tape blues. Thanks very much. That's the backing tape blues for you.
Why do I feel tired and run down?
Why? Because I spend the entire day running after tennis balls. I have to wee on every tree I pass.
I can't sit in a car without sticking my head out a window.
Or pass another dog without sniffing its bum. I chase my own tail round and round and round.
Now I have to go and eat my own vomit.
Tough, uncompromising, no holds barred, no beg your pardons. It's time for those intellectual sparring partners, Graham and the Colonel.
Sorry we're late.
Sorry. We had to get our jackets off a fellow in Marrickville. Chinese fellow. Don't know what he had with
This is Graham.
This is the Colonel.
And if you're wondering, these are special Olympic ties. You see, when they took down those huge plastic tubes off the Opera House, they decided to make the ties out of that material.
Oh, they're splendid, aren't they? Although they're a little bit impractical. They just go on forever. They're bulky. They've got a lot of weight.
They've got a lot of weight. I mean, I've broken 3 tie racks just hanging it up.
Well, I've found the solution. I've got one of these on the end of mine. And it gathers it all up. You see?
On to a sport of a different kind, chess.
The intellectual sport.
The Rebel World Chess Championships are currently underway in London.
Between Garry Kasparov and Nigel Short?
Correct. The traditionalists are up in arms, as you would expect, over the Rebel competition.
Well, we've seen it all before. World Series cricket in the 70s.
We saw it happen to cricket, and now it's happening to chess.
Some incredible innovations.
Oh, really?
Incredible. Yep. They've introduced some new pieces.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, they've got rid of the rooks, right?
Boring.
And they've replaced them. In one corner, there's the diving man from Mousetrap.
Oh, I see.
Yep. He's there. You've got to drop a marble on him, and then he goes, right?
And what about the other rook?
There's a battling top.
Oh, really? That'd be like playing
Crash. You know what they're introducing in the next few weeks in this new upgraded chess? Night chess.
Night chess?
Oh, yes, night chess.
Well, that's unbelievable, isn't
That's
it?
the new
They're
innovation.
certainly jazzing up the whole process.
Yes.
You better appreciate this, because this took a long time to make.
And what happens is, in the first 15 moves, you're only allowed to have 4 pieces within the circle.
Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
This is a whole approach.
Yeah.
Will certainly get the crowd more involved.
Well, I can just imagine the crowd watching one of these matches.
Sure.
They'd be sitting around going, Kasparov's a wanker.
Kasparov's a wanker. We must move on.
Graham and the Colonel are wankers.
They joined in a little quick for my
I might just move this to the side.
The further away from us, the better off we'll be, Colonel. Before we move on to more sport, I noted with concern the debate over violent video games during the week.
Violent video games,
Now,
that's a big issue.
It is a big issue. You spend a fair bit of time with the little lieutenant. What's your perspective, Colonel?
I can understand the community concern. I was babysitting the little lieutenant just the other night, and he was playing on his Game Boy.
Sure. What game?
It was tennis. He was playing tennis on
Like
the
the
game.
one with the little guy that goes... But that's pretty... There's no harm in that.
Yeah, but this was the latest version, the Monica Seles stabbing edition. I mean, not only do you have to win the point, you have to avoid the crazed man who comes down behind you afterwards and goes... He does that.
I
I was wrong to doubt, and I've made a simple request. Get me Barnesy. Jimmy Barnes, have you got him to take us out under the credits this evening?
Jimmy Barnes.
Jimmy Barnes. Barnesy.
No, I don't have Jimmy Barnes. But I do have Jimmy Hannon. Jimmy, here he comes now. I'm sure that's what you said. Jim Barnes. Hi, nice to meet you, man. Thanks for coming here.
Thank you very much.
There's been a bit of a mix-up here.
Huh?
Do you know any Jimmy Barnes numbers?
Yeah. River Deep, Mountain High.
No.
You're simply the best.
We need Working Class Man. That's his sort of theme song. Can you do that?
Rock and roll, heavy,
yeah, rock and
heavy.
roll. Kill 'em, Jimmy,
Heavy.
with Working Class Man. Jimmy Hannon.
Thanks.
Good night.
Thank you.
Rock and roll. Yeah, rock and roll.
Working hard to make a living, bringing shelter from the rain. Father, son left to carry on, blue denim in their veins. Oh, he's a working class man. He's a steel-bound disciple. He's a legend in his time. Running like a cyclone across that wild Midwestern sky. Oh, he's a working class man. He believes in God and Elvis. He gets out when he can. He did his time in Vietnam, still mad at Uncle Sam. He's a simple man with a heart of gold in a complicated land. Oh, he's a working class man. Well, he loves that little woman. Someday she'll be his wife, saving all his overtime for that one love in his life. He ain't worried about tomorrow, 'cause he just made up his mind. Life's too short for burning bridges. Take it one day at a time, yeah. Oh, he's a working class man. He's a working class man. Come on, he's a working class man. Ready? He's a working class man. Very good. Very good. He's a working class man.
Video, The Best of the Late Show, Volume... We wish to advise that our ABC special, The Best of the Late Show, is rated M and contains adult humor.
Soon, another electrifying motion picture from the pen of David Mamet.
You f***ing deadbeats. Call yourself salesman? You couldn't f***ing close a deal if your f***ing lives depended on it.
Who the f*** are you calling deadbeats?
You don't even know our f***ing name.
You, that is your f***ing name. The f***ing problem is with these f***ing leaves. No, the f***ing problem is you f***ing faggots who can't get f***ing nobody to sign on the f***ing dotted line.
Who the f*** are you to come down here with your f***ing psychopath?
Calling us f***ing deadbeats.
Shut the f*** up for one moment.
You.
Me? You?
You and f*** you. You all.
Hey.
Language, please.
Sorry.
David Mamet's Glengarry Glen Ridge, coming soon.
It was a perfect. Thank you. That's enough.
Thanks very much. Welcome to The Late Show, live around Australia. And Mick, doesn't our theme tune just put a spring in your step?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that great how any show can be made to seem heaps more fun if it's got a wacky theme tune, doesn't it? Like, take, for example, Murder, She Wrote. Now, don't you love that, Murder?
Jessica Fletcher.
One of your favourites.
Oh.
Murder, She Wrote always starts with a really grisly, horrible murder, but then... Look, a hideous, dismembered, headless corpse in the garden. Another one hanging from the rafters. Every time. But down to business, Mickey.
By the way, Tone, lovely shirt, fantastic shirt. I haven't actually seen a shirt like that since, ooh, Achy Breaky Heart, yes.
Actually, Mick, this is the shirt I wear when I'm working in the 7-Eleven, you know, with the tongs and the hot dogs, the really bendy ones that have been there for 3 years.
You speak the truth.
Here's one that's not wet. Thank you. But look, what were we talking about?
No idea.
Okay. Oh, Madonna. Madonna, that's what we were talking about. Madonna, you may have seen this. Madonna has actually been banned from performing in Bangkok because the authorities think her show might be in bad taste. Now, you have to be doing something pretty bad when Bangkok draws the line. I think you'll agree, don't you?
I take all my moral cues from Thailand.
Ah, don't we all? Don't we all? Because they have those shows over there. Is it true? Do you know anything about where the women...
The girly shows, the bars. I've seen them, Tone.
Yeah.
I've seen them, and let me tell you, it's not pretty. Can I tell you about one in particular I saw?
Sure. Well...
No, that's fine. This will be fine.
Okay.
Right, this woman, this dancer, comes out. She stands on stage, right? You with me?
Yeah.
Right, you're a big boy now, so you can handle this, right?
Yeah, I can handle it.
She comes on stage, and next thing you know, right? She's standing there, there's nothing happening, right? And all of a sudden, out of the way, right, there comes, right, from nowhere, two animals in cages, right? So they...
Are you sure?
Tony.
No. I wouldn't have thought...
Tony.
I wouldn't have thought that was physically possible, Vicky. I wouldn't have thought so.
Strap yourself in, my boy, because it's going to be a hell ride from here.
Yeah, what happens then?
Then what happens, right? She goes back to the shelf, she gets...
That's one hot story, Mick.
One of the best. One of the best. Enjoy that, Tommy G?
As viewers of last week's show will know, because I don't know if you were watching, but I bet Mick here $5 that he wouldn't run onto. You probably remember. Run on. Yes. Well.
And who's looking stupid now, folks?
If you didn't see it, I bet Mickey wouldn't run onto the Ernie and Denise show wearing only his underpants. I bet him $5. Here's what happened. Have a look. Here's the footage if you didn't see it. The thing is, Mick hasn't stopped there, have you, Mick? Because...
Oh, no, I'm just getting started, Tony.
It would have been easy to just rest on your laurels.
See, most people wouldn't.
Just left it there. But
no. You got to see it out, Tone.
So, well, I don't know if anyone was watching the Bert Newton show on Thursday morning. Anybody? Someone down there?
No. Did you? You watching Bert at home? You sure? You look just like the kind of guy who would. Then you'd hang in for a bit of Ray too, wouldn't you? Yes, life in the fast lane.
But look, if you weren't watching, we've got some footage. Here's what happened. Have a look at this.
OK, Mick, we need a good story.
Leave it with me, I've got it.
You gentlemen.
Yes, we're the Tony Bertuccio dancers here for the Bert Newton show.
I'd just like to go straight to the 6th floor, that'd be fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're in.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Australia, as they say in the classics.
OK, Mickey, feeling confident?
Oh, yeah, no problem at all. I feel very good about this one.
And also the show, and go back to Sydney and report on same.
He can't be stopped. He can't be stopped, Mickey. Vicky, the $5, it's all yours. I have to say you've earned it.
Tone, I think you could be a tad under here.
What are you
Isn't
talking
there
about?
another 5 coming my way?
Why? What do you mean?
Sorry, didn't you see Kerry O'Brien's late line during the week?
No.
Could we take a look?
No.
I think you've got it here
Existing
somewhere.
players, including the ABC and Kerry Packer, suddenly realised microwave was a test for their playgrounds.
Except for these skillies. Yeah, yeah, you'll never find a piece of clothing that cops so much black. Cops so much black. Yeah, yeah, I've got one which is brown. Skillies are back. And this old hand-me-down. Skillies are back. This one's from Golden Reef. I got it in grade 3. Wash well, then dry flat. Skillies are bad. Don't bleach or use hot iron. Skillies are bad. Skillies. This song's not profound. Skillies are not profound. Sweet justice all around. Skillies are around.
And now to South Africa. With the violence continuing in the lead up to black and white elections, tensions are running high. For his perspective on the situation, we're joined by Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Archbishop, in your opinion, what is the answer?
What we need to understand is that it is not white against black. It is brother against brother. It is sister against sister. We need to love each other. Love each other.
And that... Tell, that's the answer. That's your answer.
What we need to believe! What we need to believe is that we need to...
Now, Bishop Tutu, can you keep your answers in the one octave for us tonight?
Certainly.
All right. Has the government, like, taken notice of your thoughts?
No. I say these things over and over. But my message is not getting through. It's not getting through. Like love each other.
Perhaps you're right. No idea. I think perhaps
we need to love.
Yep.
What the late show does is love.
We'll move on. Bishop, thank you so much for your time. And tell me, what will you be doing, you know, when all this is over? Films.
I'll be doing films. People say I look like Derek Lover. Could you see me saying to Mel Gibson, I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah?
Pronto?
Nick, sono io!
Mamma, che sorpresa!
Dove sei?
Sono in scena per la pubblicità Optus. Devo fare finta che sono a Roma.
Un'altra pubblicità Optus? Non finiscono mai.
Considerando i sottotitoli e la musica operistica, credo che sia diretta a noi italiani.
Chi è quell'attrice incapace?
Una comparsa che mi aiuta a rinforzare l'impressione stereotipica che noi ragazzi italiani non facciamo altro che seguire le donne. Spesso 2 alla volta.
Oh, che Coincidenza, io sto telefonando per rinforzare l'altra impressione stereotipica che noi mamme italiane siamo tutte possessive.
Guarda, devo andare a suonare la fisarmonica.
Va bene, io devo andare a preparare gli spaghetti. Ciao, ciao, caro.
Ciao, ciao. Mamma mia, questa pubblicità è più stereotipica di quelle vecchie di Telecom quando cantavano Memories like the corner of my mind.
Would telephone companies resort to blatant ethnic stereotyping to sell their product?
Come on, kids, cheer up. After all, it's almost Christmas.
We can't be happy, Gramps. Not without Charlie. He kept all of his things just as he left them. Do you think he'll ever come back, Gramps?
Well, if you wish for something long enough and hard enough, one day it just may come true.
It's Charlie!
Seasonal weather for this time of year.
We don't mind, Gramps. Not now that Charlie's back home with us.
Hey, Charlie, don't open your Christmas presents yet. It's only Christmas Eve.
Well, he deserves it. He's had a great year. Remember last Christmas when he managed to climb vertical cliff with a sack of presents for the children of Havenswood Orphanage? All the time he landed the jumbo jet single-handedly.
I don't believe it. He's done it. Charlie the Wonderdog has landed the jumbo jet. He's done it.
What about the time Charlie successfully lobbied the Deputy Prime Minister to stop wood chipping in Havenswood National Park?
It certainly was a credit to him.
Or when he took Havenswood to the top of the NBL ladder. Do you remember when Charlie was guest conductor for the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra? Or when he was called in to mix John Fahey's latest album? Never. The time Charlie was asked to be a member of the band. And then got invited to be a guest judge on Red Faces.
And in the middle, a special guest for this week, Charlie the Wonderdog.
Gramps, why are we doing all this reminiscing?
Well, it's a traditional way of filling a Christmas episode without having to shoot new scenes. All you do is have flashbacks, like when Meatloaf's drummer got sick and Charlie had to fill in.
From our heart to your soul, thank you. But most of all tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank our new drummer. First time tonight, Charlie the Wonderdog.
He truly is a wonder dog.
He sure is.
Well, I think it's time for you kids to be running along to bed. Santa Claus will be here in just a few hours.
I think he's already here. Charlie, we love you.
Well, we've received quite a bit of mail this week to The Late Show, and I'd just like to kick things off with a letter we've received from Simon Morley of No Fixed Address, who writes, I'm watching your new series from hospital after an unexpected collision with, yes, you guessed it, a Volvo driver. I was wondering, have any of you guys ever been involved in a car accident? Well, I haven't had any car accidents this year, but I did have a flat tyre earlier in the week.
Doesn't sound very serious.
Well, it's not that serious, but I did have it in probably the worst place that you can have a flat tyre.
CV. But Jane, you've had an interesting letter.
I have had a letter, Tony, yes, to the Late Show. Every time Mum buys... Oh, this is from Lee Gregory Russo.
Right.
Every time Mum buys one of those Kellogg's variety packs, we kids always fight over who gets the Cocoa Pops. A very likely story.
Sure.
Happened in my house. Is there a way of solving this dispute? Well, we've actually come up with a pretty good idea, I think. Yes, it's the Kellogg's variety pack that only has Cocoa Pops. Brilliant.
Very sensible, Jane.
Brilliant.
The simple ideas are often the best, Tone.
Oh, yes.
How true it is. How true it is. Now, Mick, just lucky you're here because I've got a letter for you, in fact. It says, Dear Mick, being a drinker yourself, I'm sure you can help me. How do you stop people from pinching your bar stool when you go to water the horses? Thanks very much, David Lee, for that letter. Mick, what's the answer?
I've been a bit of a trendsetter for some time now, Tone. Now, if you're serious about the barstool problem, why not pick up a pair of these? Let's have a look. They're my all-new barstool pads. They look a treat. Have a look at that. You're on the cutting edge of fashion, folks, and you just sidle up to that bar. Look, all the stools are gone. Do I care? Happy as Larry, folks.
Well? What? Well?
You having a go at me?
No, I'm asking you a question, Neville.
What?
Do you notice anything different about me?
You happy?
Don't be stupid. I've had a gutful.
Sorry,
I'm not
mate.
happy.
Sorry, mate.
Me jeans.
Christ, you're not wearing stretched denim.
Acid wash.
Acid wash. Where will modern science stop?
The scientific world, Neville, is moving at a pace that we cannot keep up with.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're going to say, Neville.
They give a Nobel Prize to the guy that cracks the DNA code, but nothing to the guy that invents acid wash. Nothing to him. He gets nothing.
What about the guy who invented Perth?
Oh, the guy's a genius. He's a dead-set genius.
Dead-set genius. OK, Neville, you cracked the DNA code.
That's easy. That's easy.
But you try combining shampoo and conditioner in one.
Yeah. That's, well, and check out the results.
Look at that. And I'll tell you what, son. I'll tell you... What is that guy... What does that guy get?
What? He gets nothing.
No.
That guy gets no credit.
No. Those boys in Oslo.
The hoi polloi.
Oh, the bigwigs at the Nobel, Neville, they write their own rule book.
They write... What? I'll tell you what.
No, I'll tell you
what. I've had a gutful.
Oh, I've had a gutful too. I've had a gutful.
I've had a gutful of everything.
What were you about to tell me?
I don't know. What were you about to tell me? They write their own rules, those blokes.
I don't think you had anything to tell me. I think it was mine to tell me.
No, we left that line out. That's okay.
No, I was about to tell you about the Peace Prize.
I thought you were going to tell me about the Peace Prize.
And I'll put my snapper reel down.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you about
Snapper's
the
a beautiful fish.
Oh, it's a beautiful fish. Anyway, I'll tell you about the Peace Prize. They give it to Mandela and de Klerk, right, Neville?
Yeah.
OK, fine. They're peacemakers.
They're peacemakers. I tip my hat to them.
OK. That's the rule book, OK? The peacemakers. You want to give it to peacemakers? What about Bruffy?
Oh, he doesn't get nothing.
What about Robert Bruff? He walks into Channel 7 every night at 5 o'clock and he mediates two families that are feuding.
Family feud. 5 nights a week.
And do you think the Nobel Organisation, Federation Authority, do you think they give a... Do you think that I'm just admiring that Pert stuff. What's that goes on? I'll tell you what, you had those split ends and it didn't happen overnight.
But it did happen.
It did happen. But anyway, I've had a gutful of that.
You having a go at us?
Now, you see what I mean? The Nobel Authority, they don't recognise guys like Robert Bruff.
No, they don't, do they? Hey, I'll tell you what else is rigged.
I'll
tell you what else is rigged.
You tell me.
The Nobel Literature Prize.
Oh!
That is a rort. That is a rort. I mean, you take that Dr. David Suzuki bloke,
No,
right?
no, Neville, he's not a bloke, he's a girl.
He's a girl, yeah. He writes any old rubbish about the environment, right? And bang, he pockets the goodies. While you're left with your real literary visionaries, guys like... David Boone.
David Boone.
David Boone, right? Yeah. He's left twiddling his thumbs. That guy.
Twiddling his thumbs.
He's twiddling.
He's twiddling his thumbs out of season.
Yeah.
And you know what?
What?
I reckon those people at the Nobel Federation,
Yeah.
the literary blokes, they haven't read his autobiography.
You-
in the fire.
no.
No, I don't think that they take cricket anecdotes seriously.
They wouldn't know what a cricket anecdote was if it rose up sharply and hit him on a helmet. They wouldn't have
I
no
tell you
idea.
what, they don't realise that David Boone, Neville, they don't realise David Boone's a literary heavyweight.
And the proof's in the pudding. I mean, you look at our library and it's made up almost entirely of David Boone books.
Which is incredible, because he's only written one book.
Well, that's a testimony to the great man.
Oh, it's a testimony.
It's a testimony.
He's been denied too much.
He's
Neville.
been denied so many...
Too much!
Too much he's been denied.
You name it, he's been denied it.
OK, I'll name it. The Logies.
He was snubbed.
He was... The Arias.
He was snubbed.
The Australian Fashion Industry Awards. Booney dresses well, and he's...
That was fair enough.
That was fair enough, mate.
But I tell you something.
But still, he wears those trousers that enable him to feel like this. They stretch.
And that's not easy.
No.
I tell you something.
What?
I cannot believe it, Neville.
I don't even know what you're about to say, and I can't believe it.
I cannot believe it.
What?
I cannot believe... OK, I accept that.
What?
I accept that the Nobel Prize Authority have a few problems with giving one to David Boone.
What? Yeah.
I accept that. Yeah. But I can't believe that he wasn't given Father of the Year.
Oh, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Maybe it's because he doesn't have any kids.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
But Neville, let me take you on a journey. Imagine if he did have kids.
I was facing Patrick Patterson on an up-and-down MCG wicket. Patrick was fired up and bowling really quickly, making survival the first consideration before scoring runs. During the stretch of England, I walked in, grateful to the rest and the testing.
And what?
Just go to sleep.
Jane, we had a bit of a showbiz outing a few weeks
We
ago.
did. We had a celebrity event. I don't know if you remember, but recently it was Ernie and Denise's 1000th show. And to celebrate, they had a bit of a party and they televised it and they invited all of us along and they said, bring your camera along, guys.
So we did. We did. There we are, arriving at Channel 9.
The illustrious halls, very glamorous.
Everyone's got their photo up at Channel 9.
That's right.
Judith was lagging behind and remember when we caught her?
That's
Yep.
right.
Very unprofessional. So I went along to apologise to Daryl. I had to find his dressing room.
Being the diplomat.
Being the diplomat of the group. And Daryl wasn't in, unfortunately.
Oh,
but his drums were.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. And then we lost Judith again for a while.
She went off hobnobbing with the stars.
Oh, she's always running off on us. There she is. She's looking for Mike Willisey, and he's got a very flashy dressing
Very
room.
plush dressing room, but he wasn't in either,
no,
was he?
he wasn't in either.
No, but... yeah. No, it's all right. It's been cleared, apparently.
Absolutely.
Very tough. Very tough there. Jane, you went hobnobbing.
Oh, yeah, Joe Bailey's my friend, so I just thought I'd go and say good day.
Enough of that. The party's going on and there's some celebrities there. And Red Simons, all sorts of people. Us. We were.
There's the head of Channel 9 programming.
Oh, yes, there he is.
Now, this was interesting. We saw Marty Monster and we got to thinking, who the heck is inside Marty
Always
Monster?
wanted to know.
So we decided, while he was off on the side and the show was going to air, we thought we'd just pay Marty a bit of a visit and find out the exact story.
Who is in that suit?
Now you know.
At the end of my career, my popularity it fades. I grow a brand new beard, right up cap the old shades. I got a couple of black guys that all think I'm a jerk. But I'm not in the gunman, gotta hope it'll work. I don't know why I'm singing so high, but it seems to work. I'm an innocent man. My last other step, my manager left, and Christie's finally seen what an ugly bastard I am. It's the end of my career. It's the end of It's the end of my career. It's the end of his career.
The grey outback, Wallaby Jack, going off the beaten track. Wallaby Jack, hasn't got a single care or realistic facial hair to come.
These days, more and more people are getting themselves one of these, a four-wheel drive. And why not? They're big cars. But before you jump behind the wheel of one of these babies, there's a few things you ought to know. Tonight, we take you four-wheel driving without getting you into... The key to four-wheel driving is preparation. You've got to check everything. Tyre depth should be at least 3 centimetres, or the depth of my new CD. All the safety equipment, extra fuel, tow ropes, spare beard, and of course your old friend, the CB radio. CQ, breaker, 10-4, this is Wallaby Wonder, your copy, over. The great thing about a four-wheel drive is it can take you into places no ordinary car can go.
Hello and thanks for joining us tonight. The next career.
Well, the track looks a little slippery up ahead. Time to really test out that four-wheel drive. Told you the track was a little slippery. Speaking of tracks, here's one from my latest album. Well, even the most experienced four-wheel drivers can get themselves bogged. That's why we brought the winch along. Okay, let's try take 2 on that one. Well, that's about it for this week's show. So, till next we meet, the Kerner mongrel waddle is...
Go, Phil. Get in. Come on. Okay. Yeah, let him in. Come on, Phil.
Oh, it's really decent of you to stop for me. Thanks for doing that. As a matter of fact, it's so good to be with some friends on television. And you'll understand this because I am celebrating 35 and a half years.
Then there was the night Evie Hayes invited me to sing Phil,
yeah, this is Molly Meldon Street.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, Myrtle, listen up. Molly Meldon lives here. If we're lucky enough...
Oh, there he is now.
Oh, Molly Meldon. Let's give him a ride.
G'day, Molly. How are you, mate?
Hey, Molly. Hey, get out of here.
So anyway, so Evie said, will you sing?
Okay, now, guys, coming up here on the left, it's Bouncer from Neighbours on the nature strip.
Oh, yeah, he's a wonderful guy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ.
Got a list of this.
Guys, I don't think I've told you this story about Graham Kennedy and the night he was going to do a big production number.
Yes, Phil.
Well, this will be a news story for you. Tony Le Bon was starring in the Pajama Game at Her Majesty's Theatre, and she...
We know
Phil. Guys, I'm sure this will be a new one to you. I was comparing in Melbourne tonight. I was doing it on my... Phil, shut up. Shut up.
Jesus. Hey, Myrtle, you know the rules. No smoking at the back of the bus.
Myrtle, you should know better. Guys, this isn't tobacco.
That's all.
Shame.
You are in so much trouble when we get home. Mate, no, I don't want it, mate. I know you. You're the Count, Porker Boss. You know where Steve Visor lives, do you?
Yeah, Visor. He's got the house in Toorak. Right. You got your farm in Geelong. Okay. You got your condo in Noosa.
Okay, we're going to go.
You got your village in South America.
Okay,
you got your...
Yeah, we'll find it.
Now, wait till you hear this one. Jason, I've never told anyone about the night Eric Pierce didn't get up to read the news.
Phil!
It was 20...
Phil! Mick, how are we going with that flat tyre?
Yeah, we're just about there. Come on, Myrtle.
Such trouble with this darn thing. It's all right for you to stand there and talk about it.
I'm not here for a haircut. I joined Channel 9 back at Easter 1958. Television was still in black and white in those days. We had no auto cues.
And this is where the original Sullivan's house used to be. But they pulled it down a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, they forgot to tell Dave. Hey, Dave.
Damn this real muckrakers. They've even taken the house. Take it over, Grace.
See you, Dave.
Okay, now coming up here on the left. Sorry to be a pest, but... Oh, God. Jace, can we pull up? Phil needs to go to the toilet.
Ones or twos?
Ones.
Hurry up, Phil.
Thanks for that.
Phil. Don't muck around. Got a schedule to keep, mate.
Hey, Myrtle. Shall we go?
Oh, let's go. He's driving me crazy. Talk all the time.
Palace, yeah.
Well, this is the Tony Martin mansion, and he's quite a recluse. But if you have a look, you can make him out up there on the lawn.
It really is Tony himself, is it? Yeah.
You see this? Quick, let's get out of here. He's been known to release the hounds.
Oh, let's go. Whoa.
Righto. Shave his asshole. Okay, now, have a look out here to the right. Oh, Phil, what are you doing?
Oh, come on, Mick. It's my moon face impression.
Discover a very special part of the world where it's idyllic, secluded, and remarkably affordable. Discover Gilligan's Island. Walk along the beach where Ginger caught a lift in Gilligan's bamboo taxi cab. Visit Thurston Howell's Country Club where Mary Ann served her famous coconut cream pies. Relax in the hammock where the skipper used to hit Gilligan with his hat. And stroll through the clearing where the professor made a fully operational TV studio out of coconut shells and palm leaves. 8 days on Gilligan's for just $699. Including meals, accommodation, and a 3-hour tour. That's right, a 3-hour tour. Ask your travel agent for the Gilligan's Island brochure. Tourists unfamiliar with Gilligan's Island, please note, like Robinson Crusoe, it's primitive as can be.
Finally tonight, religious affairs. And as you may know, Australia is that close to getting its first saint. And if you'd like to support Mother Mary MacKillop, look for the voting coupon in this week's TV Week. But... Mick, I believe you have some thoughts on the subject.
Yes, I do, Tommy. Yes, I do. I just want to know who, maybe you can help me out. Who do you have to root to become a saint? No! It's a fair question. It's a fair question. I'm telling you, it's got me totally buggered. And I blame the Vatican. I point a big, fat finger directly at the Pope and the pack of cronies he hangs out with.
Hang on, what are you suggesting, that you should be a saint?
I'm not here for a haircut, Tommy. Come on, Mick. No. Sorry, you find that funny? Well, you find that notion amusing, do you?
You got to admit.
Bit of a laugh, is it? Bit of a laugh? Well, let's see how funny you find it with a pointy end of my cardi boot wedged firmly up your back passage, pal! I've had a gutful, I'm telling you. I've been ripped off by the church, that's all there is to it. And quite frankly, I've just about had enough. I'm getting a little bit sick and tired of being passed over for awards that have got Mick Malloy's name written all over them, Duck.
Now, what awards, Mick? You know the kind of awards I'm talking about. What was that Peace Prize thingy? What's it called?
What, the Nobel Peace Prize?
The Nobel Peace Prize. That was mine. And what do? Go and give it to some clown who's sitting in a cave in Nepal, boring everyone shitless with his nutty chanting. Chant. I've had enough. Time magazine, Man of the Year. That was going to be me. I had that in the bag. Then they pull out one of those things. What do they say? Oh, they don't like the photo for the cover.
What was wrong with it?
Oh, I was doing a bum press out the back of a panel. But it was appropriate. Australian Father of the Year. That was me. I was promised that, but no. They took that off me too.
Well, how come?
Well, I'm still denying the kids are mine, but that's my problem. They're good kids, just started their own cult. Huh? What parent could be more proud? That's the way it goes. And now this. Boned as Australia's first saint. Nobbled by that McKillop tart and her sassy ways. Oh, yeah, because when it came to the Pope, she knew all the right buttons to push the little sex pot.
Hang on, Mick. She did perform a miracle.
Oh, right, she performed a miracle. And waking up in a pool of your own vomit after a big night on the piss and living to tell the tale isn't.
All right, you need 2 miracles.
I've done it twice. There you go, I've been robbed, duped, and I blame the Pope. No, I don't. I blame God, the big goofball. He gets away with murder, doesn't he? God this, God that, God's the best. God's a dud, a little mummy's boy who needs a good kick in the pants, and I'm the man to do it. And when I finally do meet God, the first thing I've got to do is walk straight up to him and give him a huge wedgie.
Mick, no.
I'm going to have his underneath. I'll have his back before you
I think we might. Come on, guys.
I'll show you exactly what I mean. Take like a man.
Look, the problem with the Australian film industry is it's run by a bunch of egghead poofter types up at the Film Commission, your Philip Adams and so forth, who are always telling you what your film's got to have. It's got to have a certain number of local actors. It's got to have cultural content. It's got to have a decent script and so on. Well, I've got by pretty nicely without any of these things for 20 years, and look where it's got me. Australian films today are all about f***ing losers. They're all about Gallipoli or Burke and Wells or Breaker Morat. I remember the days when Australian films were about winners. Blokes like Alvin Purple. See, anyone can make an arty, intellectual Last Days of Shane New flick that no bastard wants to see. I can do it. You give me a week with a camera, a couple of topless chicks, an open-top sports car and a shitload of cash, and I'll give you Out of Africa. But if you want something that's actually going to put bums on seats, something of quality, like, say, The Clinic, then that's going to take a little longer. That's going to take a bit of sensitivity, and that's where I come in. Excuse me.
Warren Purcell has been making Australian feature films since the early 70s.
Look, Heinrich, I've seen the rushes, and believe me, it's not more dialogue this film needs, it's Norgs, and plenty of them. Look, just fix it, all right, or you can go back to f***ing E Street. Got this young bloke helming a picture for me in the Philippines, and we're labouring under creative differences. He sees it as a kind of John Lee Goddard stroke Antonioni stroke Kurosawa think piece, whereas I see it more as a tit flick, so there's a bit of friction there.
If we could talk about your early work, you began by making, I suppose, exploitation pictures?
Sure, and I make no apologies for that, Judith. Those films were, for their day, very successful. Films like Confessions of a Bloke with a Really Big Donger, Suck Me to Death, the film where I brought together the characters of Dracula and Emmanuel. You might recall the poster line, she went down for the count. I was doing some pretty innovative stuff in those days. People forget, I was the first person in this country to make a film in Norgarama. See, you might call them exploitation films. I prefer to see them as explorations of the Australian psyche.
Yeah, but at the same time, you must admit they were pretty crass and offensive.
Well, what are you referring to?
What about 1974's Filipino Fur Burger?
Look, Filipino Fur Burger, in its original script, was a pretty subtle, sophisticated comedy of manners. Now, I was under a lot of pressure from distributors, drive-in owners, so sure, it did end up being a bit of a tit-fest, but a pretty classy one, I think you'll agree. And what a dream cast. Blundell, Ferrier, Penny, Abigail.
One critic described it as the work of a crude, insensitive, puerile, misogynistic, cretinous, infantile Philistine.
Yeah, but I'm more than just that. I don't know where this insensitive thing comes from. Steve-O, can you get that fat chick to bring me another bottle of homo water?
But in 1975, Perso gained a certain respectability with his movie version of David Williamson's biggest stage hit.
Hey, Ron, mind if I screw your missus? Bugger off. You're not a socialist. Oh, you can talk, you liberal voting poofter.
Hey, Ron's no poofter. I've got photos of him screwing my missus.
Yeah? Is that right? I thought he was screwing your missus, Jack. You weak bastard. You wouldn't say that if Gough Whitlam were Prime Minister.
No, you don't think so?
No,
you don't think so?
Yeah.
Hey, steady on, fellas, steady on.
Sorry, Ron, they only had light beers left.
Bloody Liberals. Yeah, I think a lot of people were surprised by the subtlety of that piece. I didn't expect that from me.
Now, your next film in 1978, The Bermagui Bronze, was a multi-million-dollar flop. What went wrong?
Look, I don't know. We had a terrific ad campaign.
The Passion.
Listen to me, Barry. Listen to me. Listen to me, Barry. I'm an Iron Man. Your brother's an Iron Man. Your mum's an Iron Man. We're all Iron Men. And what have we got in common? We've all bagged the Bermagui Bronze. And now it's your turn. Go out there and come third. Come third like a real Australian athlete.
The excitement.
Joe, just got the test results from the Institute. They reckon Barry might come second, or even worse, win.
Bugger the Institute, Jock. Bugger him. Barry's my son, and if I say he can win the bronze, he bloody well can.
The romance.
Joe, you'll have to choose. It's either me or the Bermagui Bronze.
Listen, Bev, I'm not just doing this for me and Barry. I'm doing this for everyone in this big, brown, flat, mysterious, crazy country who knows what it means to come third for Australia.
The Bermagui Bronze.
David Stratton, writing in The Australian, described it as utterly shithouse.
Oh, yeah, well, he's just being anti.
Now, it was after this you disappeared for a few years.
Yeah, that's when I moved to France.
Escaping your creditors?
No, look, hang on. Firstly, let me just say one thing. The film industry here is apart from the odd visionary like your Warwick Kappa, it's a shot bird. But in France, they understand people like me. They understand that, sure, I'm a filmmaker, a craftsman. Sure, I'm a businessman. But, hey, I'm also an artist. I am one, Judith, who worships at the temple of cinema. And that's why over there, I was able to get the finance to make my, to date, only genuine art film, French Chicks in the Nutty.
Which has never been released in this country.
Not as yet, no, but I am in the process of stitching up a distribution deal with a mob in Canberra, Caballero Video, I think they're called, very classy outfit.
Now, on your return, you embarked on your biggest disaster.
Yeah, look, this is what happened. I wanted to make a big-budget movie about a great Australian explorer. Now, I concede I may have chosen the wrong one.
Strzelecki, a story of courage and determination as big as Australia itself.
I'm telling you, Strzelecki, it's madness. No one's ever conducted an extensive geological study of the Bathurst and Lower Gippsland regions and lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, I don't think the public was really ready for Strzelecki. In fact, I don't think they ever will be.
How then do you explain your follow-up?
Well, I thought that there was still a great picture in this genre waiting to be made, but in hindsight, maybe we should have waited a bit longer before coming out with Stunt.
Stunt, another story of courage and determination as big as Australia itself.
I'm telling you, Stunt, it's insane. No one's ever undertaken a comprehensive study of the New South Wales inland river system and survived.
Stunt was a good film, but it was no Strzelecki.
What about your third Australian explorer's epic?
Again, possibly a miscalculation.
Mangles!
I'm telling you, Albie, it's crazy.
With the failure of his Explorers trilogy, Purcell has returned to the kind of films that made him famous. Production has just commenced on his latest, Kelvin, Son of Melbourne, Son of Alvin.
You are fucking kidding me, Alan. You are fucking kidding. You know we need a big American name to get the Yanks on board. Jesus, Mr. T's pulled out.
He's doing a fellow on the fair stuff for 6 months.
Okay, here's what we do. Go back to Leif Garrett's people and just give them whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. Jesus.
And so the old master is back at work on a movie he hopes will herald a return to the style of filmmaking that made the Australian cinema what it is today.
Now, this is the opening sequence where Kelvin Purple is being pursued by a throng of sexy chicks. As you can see, we've secured the services of Santo Chilaro in the lead. Makes a change of pace from that intellectual bullshit he does on the ABC. Here's Abigail coming out of the shop, the double take, and there's the money shot there. Now, what do you think, Judith? Do you think we should go with, say, this sound effect here? Or, option B, this sound here? Yeah, well, you see, these are the creative choices I'm forced to make every day. No rest for an artist.
I made a clip with my boyfriend. Said we're in love, it'll never end. If we break up, I'll look like a dick. Whose idea was this? I feel a bit sick. His new idea. Oh no, this bloody clip could ruin my career. I see it now. That Dulcie cow. Danny goes from steamy clip to divorce row. Oh, what a pair. Look at my hair. With this disgusting streak, no wonder people stare. So how hip. A beach film clip. I may as well have done it in a rubbish tip. Oh no. Holy shit. This time I think I've gone too far. I'm wearing Carmen Miranda's bra. Said Julian's mom. That's nothing compared to the sight of my bum.
At last, after 5 years of research and laboratory testing, shaving technology finally moves into the 90s as Gillette, working in conjunction with NASA scientists, present a razor so advanced that if I don't take a breath soon, my lungs will explode. The Gillette 3000 pivoting head razor with 16 blades and a record 75 lubricating strips. Here's how it works. The first blade distracts the hair, while the second and third blades sneak up behind it, cutting off any escape routes. The fourth and fifth blades attempt to coax the hair from its hiding place using modern counselling techniques, while the sixth blade, posing as a passing motorist, acts as a decoy, allowing the seventh and eighth blades to swoop down and quickly overpower the hair. The ninth blade, disguised as a postman, administers a small dose of chloroform, allowing blades 10 through 13 to remove the hair and escort it away for further questioning. The 14th blade informs the hair of its rights, the 15th blade handles the paperwork, and the 16th blade, well, it's just along for the ride. For the smoothest and most ludicrously convoluted shave every time, ask for the Gillette 3000. Also available, the 3000 Lady Shave. Same product,
but with a more girly voiceover.
And you know, The Late Show, season 93. I think it's time to look back at the year that was. The laughter and the tears, the triumphs and the falls. Well, the happy times and the sad ones. The times when the audience has touched us, and I hope we've touched the audience. When they've depended on us as friends. And you know... Nah, you. I'm so glad you didn't leave Casablanca.
Friends, Rob.
They depended on us as friends. And you know what? That's what friends are for.
Keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. In good times, in bad times,
4:35 today, Eastern Standard Time, it was confirmed that The Late Show was not nominated for a People's Choice Award.
Uncompromising, no holds barred, no beg your pardons. It's time for those intellectual sparring partners, Graham and the Colonel.
Please, and arrange your bells just before you go.
Don't you see a future? You see a future of Australia of children playing the bells.
Oh, Colonel.
Everybody.
I mean, they teach such way out subjects in school. New maths. They should teach the bells.
The bells.
OK, class, you wouldn't know when the start or the end of class is, though.
We must hurry. We must hurry. I tell you what would be great, Graham. At the tennis, instead of having that Cyclops siren that goes off every time it's long...
You just thought of that too.
In fact, I wish all the ball boys at Wimbledon could look like that. Get rid of the purple and green. I want the red with the big things. Anyway, we must go. We must go.
We'll be watching, and it's a wonderful telecast.
Except for those boring John Newcomb tennis tips by Optus.
I'm
so
sorry,
annoying,
but
aren't they?
who were the first people to come up with that idea? Nuke?
Yeah, people's memories, they don't go back beyond 1953, do they?
We covered Wimbledon for Auntie.
We did it first.
Proudly brought to you by Air Chief Car Radios. Graham here, and the Colonel. To play modern tennis, you need a good, solid racket. The Slazenger Match Point is the most modern racket you can buy. Last you forever. Clothes should be loose-fitting, but stylish. Looks good, Graham. Footwear is of the utmost importance. Latest technology introduces the Dunlop Volley. Good shot, Colonel. The local tennis centre. Your first stop on the way to Wimbledon. The grip is the key to tennis. It's the same no matter which shot. The forehand volley, the backhand, the smash, all with the same grip. That's how to get to Wimbledon. Bang, right on the line. In the corner. Wow, that's brought up chalk. Oh, that was whistling past his ears. Eat your heart out, Frank Sedgman. That was a good game, Colonel. Phew, I'm tired. But don't forget, no matter how well you play, the most important thing is courtesy. Always remember the time-honoured tradition of jumping the net to commiserate with your opponent. This tradition will never die out, but there are many ways of doing it.
Snap. That was my racket. But you saw the... What's that?
That's the... Well, it's Cyclops.
Right.
You know how at Wimbledon they have Cyclops when a ball goes too long?
Yeah.
Well, there's a Cyclops train on us.
When we go too long.
And when we go too long...
That happens. Well, let's get out of here. Why don't we get out of here?
Now, to take us out, Mick's got a musical finale because there's a bit of a sort of early 80s revival happening with Meatloaf at #1 and Duran Duran at back. And so Mick has got Joan Jett. Do you remember Joan Jett? Who sang I Love Rock and Roll? Do you remember her?
No.
So
Not at all.
Who have you got? Joan Sutherland for us to take? Joan Sydney? Joan Louis?
It's a lot closer than that, Tone. Joan Kerner.
Victorian Premier Joan Kerner, naturally, taking us out with I Love Rock and Roll. Good night.
I saw him dancing there by the record machine. I knew he must have been about 17. He was going strong, playing my favourite song. I could tell it wouldn't be long till he was with me, yeah, me. And I could tell it wouldn't be long till he was with me, yeah, me. And I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come and take your time and dance with me. Oh! And don't leave your time, damn time. Can I take you home where we can be alone? Next we were moving on and he was with me, yeah, me. And we were moving on and singing that same old song, yeah, with me. I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. Come and take a turn and dance with me. I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love. Come and take your time and dance with me.
You have a real talent for writing.
Never was a life so honestly, so beautifully, so brilliantly.
If it's a layup, execute well, preferably in the hands, I guess, of Johnson, Kruger if he's in the middle, if he's down low for two, or Everett Stevens. They're the men you want shooting. Take the option when it comes.
Well, Adelaide is going to get the ball and have the last shot.
That's
so
right,
the
they'll
Falcons
have last
have to
crack
make
at
it
them.
count. If the Falcons miss the shot and turn the ball over, well,
It's all over.
It's all over.
Although a quick foul mate could turn it again. Who knows? Let's just check some of these scorers. Mike Johnson, he has 20 points. Everett Stevens has been the man with 25. Of course, Terry Dozier, only 9 points, but he's missed most of the final quarter, or the latter stages of the third quarter and all of the final quarter. At the other end, it's a nice even spread. Phil Smythe has had a mighty game. He's really controlled it, looked after the tempo. He's run when they've had to and held it up when they haven't. He has 18, Davis 14, Robinson 14. Let's get on the play now. It's with Al Green, and what a great move that was by Coach Wisman to bring him into the game. Marty McLean didn't let them down. They're looking for big picks. They've brought in Jason Joins, and they're looking for Michael Johnson. They clear out for Everett. He had beautiful balls, and he's hit the thing.
20 seconds left.
What a great play.
No fouls. 20 seconds left.
And the timeout is called by Adelaide. And it's a battle of wits between two great coaches, and the crowd is on its feet with 15 seconds left.
What a sensational thing. I'll tell you something, we've still got 30 seconds left on the shot clock, even though Adelaide...
That's right. There's 15 seconds left in the game, so they've got 15 seconds to shoot it.
That's right.
The shot clock's out of play. You can forget all about it. Now, all they got to do here is defend, and force a poor shot.
But no fouls.
Don't want a foul. Send them to the line, they make two, they're in front.
What a sensational finish.
You want to just play as tough as you can and try and force a poor shot.
What are the odds now on Adelaide playing 2 games in overtime on the road?
Well, gee, I suppose there's some sort of chance, isn't there? A foul and 1 shot.
You bet. Here we go.
But
Tom Wisman in the huddle.
They've got to make it count, Adelaide. They want to take the last shot. They don't want the Falcons coming back at them. But the Falcons need to play tough defence with no fouls and see whether they can't force an off-balance shot, because one miss and it's all over. And right now, even though Adelaide have the ball, I just tend to favour the Falcons. They're the ones who can really get out there and put tremendous pressure on and make this Adelaide side miss. Well, have a look at the Adelaide lineup. Phil Smythe, Brett Maher, Scott Dennis, Australian representatives, two of them there in the backcourt. The great Mark Davis and the import classic David Robinson, one of the real finds of the year. So, let's see what they can do now. It's with the General Smythe. He goes round the outside. They go for a three. Mark Davis has missed it. Johnson's ripped it down. And it's all over. It's all over. And a sensational win. An absolute sensation. Oh, what a marvellous performance by the Fosters Newcastle Falcons. And they have gone berserk.
Look at Tom Wisman.
Oh, the crowd's on its feet. It's a standing O. They're on the floor.
Terry Dozier. Look at him.
Oh, Dozier. They did it without him.
Everett Stevens and Terry Dozier.
Oh, what a great game.
These two sensational imports have sent the Newcastle Falcons into the playoffs.
Let's just soak up this atmosphere for a moment as Terry Dozier's picked up off the floor. I don't know what he did then, Terry, but he may have broken his back celebrating.
Look at this.
You cannot hear yourself think.
It's a very, very emotional scene here at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre. For the first time in 5 years, the Newcastle Falcons have entered the NBL playoffs with an 80-79 victory over the Adelaide 36ers.
Well, what a sensational contest. They were gone at 7 down. It all looked lost, and the playoffs, they must have seemed a long way away. And look at Dozier. He's overwhelmed. He's in tears.
Well, Mark Davis
has been overcome with emotion because his team, his mates, have come through in possibly the best game of basketball we've seen at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre since they've been playing here.
Well, we won't see one like that for a while, will we? Maybe.
No, I think I better go and have a quiet one. I'm heading for the bar, Terry. It's been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed the night. It has been a great one for the Newcastle Falcons. They have beaten the Adelaide 36ers 80 points to 79. Not a high-scoring contest, but one of the classics. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
There's no denying that our guys are hot. Setting the court alight, doing it right. Making the big shots, keeping the game tight. Our guys are hot. They're coming to get you, ready or not. Our guys are hot. Our guys are hot. Give me 10. Give me 10. Give me 10. Setting the court on fire. You say what? You better believe that. Our guys are hot. They're coming to get you, ready or not. Our guys are hot. Our guys are hot. Give me 10. Our guys are hot. Give me 10.
The NBL Mitsubishi Challenge was proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors in association with Uncle Toby's, Nintendo, Pizza Hut and Eagle Super.
6:30 tonight. It's Jimmy's big opportunity to be #1 and Summer's chance to make an impression.
He's going out with you?
Because what's a season of sun without someone to share it with?
You know, I thought Jimmy was asking me out. It was only to come and watch him surf.
Now she's learning that when you're the new girl in town, first impressions count.
School can be a very lonely place when no one will talk to you.
Don't miss the new series of Baywatch, 6:30 tonight on 10. Bad news.
It's Dylan. He was surfing. There was an accident. He's in the hospital.
Could mean a new beginning.
I need you, Brad.
But if Mother Nature brought them together again,
The hardest thing I ever had to do was trying to stay away from you.
can Brenda's parents
What the hell is going on?
tear them apart for good?
Dylan's gone. He left. Are you happy now?
A clash of hearts. 1 minute you're my little girl,
Maybe I'm not your little girl anymore.
and a summer fling.
I thought you'd never ask.
Kelly won't forget. 90210 tonight on 10. Patrick Swayze is an action junkie.
You want the ultimate, you gotta be willing to pay the ultimate price.
Who robs banks,
Are the eggs
president!
To pay for his endless summers,
Why don't you tell me this theory of yours and we'll go get these guys?
Keanu Reeves is an FBI agent.
The ex-presidents are surfers.
Working undercover.
The FBI is going to pay me to learn to surf.
And when their lives collide,
Gotcha!
it's 100% pure adrenaline for the first time on television. 8:30 tonight. Point Break.
People often ask me what I do, and eventually we get down to the fact that I work with people who are dying. Usually there's a gasp of either admiration or horror, and they say, "Oh, isn't that wonderful?" or "Isn't that depressing?" Really, neither of those is true. It's not wonderful because it's what I do as a doctor. I get to listen to people and talk to people and care for them, and in fact to love them. And I love doing that. And it's not depressing because for the most part I'm with people who appreciate the very best things in life. What working with these people has done for me is to make me take myself less seriously. I see that I'm loved by the creator of the universe, that I'm given a very precious gift in this life and a precious gift in the life ahead, and that I'm here to appreciate those things and to give them to other people. Jesus makes the difference.
Thanks for your company on Channel 10 throughout the day. Hope you've had a good day and that you've enjoyed the entertainment right here. We certainly look forward to your company again later on. But for now, from the management and staff at ADS 10 Adelaide, time to bid you good night. God bless.